What's up, bitches? Welcome to the Listen Bitch podcast with your host, Brandon Lynette. I honestly I'm excited to get this podcast recorded because I'm gonna take a nap today. I crushed it. I was actually home from the gym before the sun was even up today. I woke up kind of early, like, I don't know, probably 45 minutes to an hour before my alarm goes off. And I don't know about you guys, but if I don't get up in that moment, I end up missing the next alarm. Like, it's weird. I go into a deep, super deep sleep. It's very bizarre. So I'm like, "Bitch, get out of bed." And so my whole goal this morning was to complete all of my tasks, do the journaling, do the Bible reading, do the marketing, put up some posts, make some TikToks, record a podcast, get your workout in, get your 10,000 steps, do all those things. And my reward today is snuggling up to my 5-year-old. Um, and obviously my cats are still holding space in my place in the bed, so I'll be cuddling them as well. I'm so excited. Today's podcast is listener request. Someone I was talking to yesterday, um, no specific or apparent reason, nothing she could really pinpoint because, I was like, well, what's going on? Because she said that she's just been feeling overwhelmingly sad lately. Like she's just in a sad season and there's not really anything particular that happened. Um, and so, we're just going to go through things that make sense to me when you're just feeling this random sadness. And I think everybody kind of experiences this. We went through the, checklist of, maybe it's just kind of depression. We're still coming out of winter. She lives in Michigan. It's still kind of cold season here, but the sun is out, you guys. It looks glorious out there. The sun is out. Get some vitamin D. Okay, that's the first piece of advice. But ideally, like we all get sad sometimes. Okay, it's literally life just gets to us. It gets overwhelming. Um, but we can combat sadness by changing our perspective or, throwing ourselves into something you enjoy. If this sadness goes a lot deeper, then, I mean, I don't promote this because I personally wouldn't make the choice, but there are chemicals in our brain that need regulating. So I'm a fan of microdosing psilocybin because it is all up in there with the serotonin and the feel good feelings and the thoughts that I'm having. So, if this ends up not being temporary and you're someone who has just been sad for months on end and you're losing like that light and your purpose, go talk to someone. Okay. Go talk to someone. To protect my own ass, I do have to tell you this is entertainment purposes only. Here, I am not a doctor. Okay. I have an opinion, a very strong opinion. I have my life experience, lots of that bitch. But really, I want you to take care of yourself. And sometimes that means reaching outside of yourself and asking for that from a professional. Um, obviously, if our conversation steered to a dark side of life, I, would really be pushing her to get some help. But I can see the light in her. It's just a momentary sadness. And I have experienced that where like I'm telling my husband, like, I have no reason to feel bad, but I just feel sad. Just feel really sad. I think it kind of comes through, and that's okay. We do need to work on our ability to self-soothe. I think that's important. And it's not something necessarily everybody got a chance to learn through life. But how can you combat sadness? Well, we want to take control of our emotional state because this is our emotions, okay? And ideally, if we're not feeling sad, we're feeling joy. So we're going to reach for the opposite emotion. Um, I I'm going to tell you this right now. When I'm feeling sad, I hang out with the pets. I know I'm obsessed. I have a couple of naked cats, Sphinx cats, and they are the most loving, cuddly, my husband would say the most smelly pets you could possibly have. They smell like mushrooms and their shit stinks like nobody's business. But We sacrifice for the things and people that we love. I'm telling you that it does something to me physically, and the science is indisputable when it comes to pets, okay? They're great for mental health, and research has been done. People with pets are happier and they have less anxiety. So if you have a fur baby, get on the floor and spend some time nose to nose, okay? If you don't have a pet, maybe you need to go hang out at the shelter. Um, end up bringing one home. I don't know. Uh, but that is something genuinely that when I'm just not feeling the best. And if you think about the truth of what it is to have a pet, I mean, what is the joke? I heard this joke. I've probably shared it with you guys before, honestly. Um, if you want to know who loves you the most, you lock your wife and your dog in the trunk of a car and see who's happy when you finally let them out. Okay, because the dog is always going to be happy, right? Har har. Dog is always gonna be happy to see you, and they are genuinely, like, our kids are getting older, and I know my husband loves, like well, loved because we aren't awake when he comes home anymore, but he would come home from work and, like, he gets attacked at the door. Everyone's so excited. Um, and it's something that I'm sure he misses, misses having the kids do that, but I guarantee the dogs are always excited, and that's a good feeling. They're always happy to see you. So no matter what's going on in the world, you just have that momentary escape. I feel like the world doesn't deserve animals. They are just a beautiful gift from God, and they level up your emotional maturity, okay? They humble us, and it's definitely an unconditional love because ideally, we're their slaves and we get a little bit of loving in return. Um, things that change your mood instantly. I think, music is important. I know you can either put on a playlist that's going to deepen that sadness, stuff that you can harp on, cry about, just stay in that emotional sadness, okay? Or you could find a playlist that's going to pump you up and level up your mood. I've shared this with you guys before. A dance party is vital in my house when everything is going squirrely, and I'm kicking myself because yesterday was a rough day. Um, I don't work outside the home anymore, so things have changed. And, mom's putting the rules back down, the boundaries. Internet time. Internet time is a big thing here, video game time. Things got out of control and a little squirrely, and I totally missed the mark because there are 2 instances where a dance party would have shifted everything, but we got through it, so it's whatever. But I'm saying, like, honestly, just put on some music and dance, like, just move your body, just something that's gonna make you feel lighthearted, happy, whatever that is. Um, I know I know a lot of you bitches are into the whole, uh, murder documentaries and serial killer shows and blah, blah, blah. Why don't you trade that in for a comedy? Okay. If you're feeling this overwhelming sadness, I promise everything that you're feeding your soul affects your mood. It affects your emotional, how you can gauge your emotions. It affects that the temperature, your emotional temperature. It affects you, whether it's in the moment or it's just a seed planted for later. So if you're constantly watching heavy, serious shit, I imagine that weighs on you. Okay. And I'm not calling my friend out. I am calling my friend out. Okay. Bitch, turn off the murder documentary serial killer series. Okay. Take a break. Take a break from that. Watch something funny. I literally have a few in the pocket shows for background noise. That's something I constantly have on as background noise. Um, constantly have funny shit in the back just when I know I need something lighthearted, okay? But laughter, I mean, you can't be sad and laugh at the same time. It doesn't happen. So maybe just pick a day and make it comedy day, okay? Um, I think perspective, kind of when we're feeling sad, it's our perspective, right? It's like we get stuck on the story and we just kind of replay, or we get kind of stuck in that feeling of sadness and we continue. Like, it's like your body's like, oh, you like to be sad. So let's just put on a playlist repeat to keep you sad. Um, we're probably just focused too much on the negative shit in our life. So if you are overwhelmed with sadness, I want you to make a list, okay? Start focusing on the good things in your life. Redirect your attention to the good things. You know, honestly, just being grateful that you're awake and alive sometimes that you made it through the day, sometimes that's enough. Redirect your attention to the good things. You know, be grateful for your health, for your eyesight, for your hearing, for your naked cats, for your babies. That is something that definitely, if you're a parent, getting in a space with your kids where you can just let them be kids. And today's a day where we have to get out of the house. Okay. Yesterday was a little heavy and I'm new to the schedule. This is my first real week, in this schedule. So it's all new for us. It's new for us. And I had a little bit of expectations that it was going to be easier than what it is. Um, and it was heavy. It was a very heavy day. So we're going to get out and fuck around. We're going to go play. We're going to do fun stuff. We're not going to, we're just going to kind of walk away from the real world stuff for a minute. Okay. Get into the happiness. If you have a kid, look at life through their eyes. I know how excited my kids are when we pull up to the park. It's something like parents are like, oh, the park. But no, my babies love that shit. Okay. They love that shit. They love to go swimming. I still need to look at the schedule for swimming today because that's an option too. Bitch, I'm not going to work tonight. That's so fucking crazy to me. This is like the first Wednesday in a year and a half that I'm not leaving the house. It's so bizarre. Okay. It's so bizarre. But bitch, I ain't got no job. We could go swimming. We could do all the things. If life is heavy, do something fun. Get in the view with your kids. Look at the world through their eyes. Okay. Gratitude, your perspective, whatever that is. Maybe you are someone who, has a gaggle of friends and going out with a friend is probably something that could be good for your mental health. Okay. I don't live my life like that. If I go out with anyone, it's my husband. And I wish I had time. I wish I could just call up that man and say, hey, ditch work, let's go out. Maybe you need to get out of the house and do something with a friend, do something fun, go watch a movie, go bowling, go out to dinner. That's going to change your mood. What will affect your mood and not in a positive way is going to be the internet. I feel like subconsciously, if we're constantly scrolling and, we're subconsciously judging and comparing and, have all these things, even just negative stuff. I sometimes get stuck on the wrong TikTok page. Okay. Like, terrible shit that just makes me feel some kind of way. And I'm like, what the fuck? There's a lot of shit out there. Everything's at your fingertips on the phone. So I'm saying get off the internet. Okay. Too much time online, absolutely decreased satisfaction with life. That's a given. Okay. Do something more productive and enjoyable. Like, bitch, get a hobby. Start a podcast. Are you guys following me on Facebook? You should be following me on Facebook. Also, TikTok, bitch. I went live there for 33 minutes yesterday trying to unlock a new what's it called? Like, so I can make money. Okay. I used to make money on TikTok. I don't make money on TikTok. They changed all their shit. Used to make money on Facebook. I don't. They changed their shit. So I'm trying to find a hack to get my way back in to getting paid for showing up. And bitch, I went live for 33 minutes. It was crazy. Crazy. But I did a live yesterday. 10 things I know that you don't. I'm doing that series. I was inspired by my marketing mentor, Diane Hockman. She said, why don't you guys do some, teach people 10 things that that they don't. I did a podcast info day. So if you're someone who is like, oh my God, if Brandon could do a podcast, I could do a podcast. Bitch, you're right. You are right. And you're right. But I told you exactly what I do. I went step by step through my process. So, maybe that's the hobby you need. Okay. If you are tuned in and you're following me and you're subscribed to my shit, I'll be going live today and we're going to talk about what am I going to talk about? Probably writing, publishing a book. Okay. That process. Find a hobby. Okay. Something that's just yours, something that, matters to you, something that, correlates with your core values and, just your beliefs. Part of us falling into that sadness is an overwhelming, like we've just been running ourselves ragged for everybody around us. maybe you need to put yourself first. Okay. So you could go through this podcast and just ask yourself the questions when you are feeling sad. Put yourself first. And this is for anyone. Maybe you're not feeling 100% about life. You're not fucking excited. You know, I've got this morning app. I did share it with you guys in an email yesterday. I'll probably pump out another one just to share it again. But man, I'm telling you, this app is holding me to the fire. Like right away when you open it, you've got your vision board, you've got your goals for 30 days, you know, because I it's cool for us to come up with goals, you know, 5 to 10 years. I want to have, you know, beachfront property. I want, you know, all these things. But like, bitch, what are my goals in 30 days? What can I do? What can I do? So I see that right in front of my face. I see the affirmations that I know that are important to me, that are personalized for me. It is a great way to start the day. And I feel empowered coming home from the gym. I feel empowered sitting down, seeing all of that, refreshing my brain first thing in the morning. I calibrate to that. I calibrate to that attitude and that empowerment and that excitement. So life is fun. Like, holy shit, my shit's going to be done by early today. So I get to take a nap and wake up and play with my kids. Like, that's the shiznit. Okay. Um, Empower yourself, get your goals aligned, get back to you. You can run yourself into the ground and feel miserable if you're always putting everybody else first. Okay. So self love matters. It's important for me to get up before the kids are up. I have to do these things because God forbid, you guys, if they were awake with me first thing in the morning and I could not get my mind straight, I'm with them 24 hours a day. I'm like their sole provider. Okay. This is crazy. 24 hours a day, hands-on parenting, and it's full court press here. Like I'm a mom that's in it. Okay. Um, I need that time for myself or I'll be a fucking monster. I would be a monster. I wouldn't feel happy. I'd hate myself. I'd treat myself like crap. I'd treat them like crap. It would just not be fun. You got to put yourself first. Got to put yourself first. And the opposite could probably be true. If you are always putting yourself first, maybe you need to focus on someone else. Balance, I guess, I've heard people say is the key to life. Balance. I've yet to discover balance, but maybe that's something that could work for you. You know, getting outside of yourself and maybe volunteering somewhere. You know, if you really think that nothing good is happening to you or for you, and you're just down and out and nothing's going right, bitch, go volunteer at a soup kitchen. That's going to humble your ass really fast. When I was a foster parent, that's the first place I took my boys. Always. Like we volunteered at the soup kitchen every week. I had a great standing relationship with the people that ran it. Um, it was solid work and it's very humbling. It's very humbling. So you think that shit's not working out for you? Why don't you go be a part of a community where you can see that there are people that are actively struggling, okay? People that, you know, can't jump out of bed and run around because they're in a wheelchair. There's a lot of shit. You can volunteer, you know, at a lot of places that are going to humble you. So it's that perspective, you know? Um, and take a day. You know, maybe you just need to take a day and lean into being fucking sad. That's okay too. And you don't need a big event for that to happen. And I'm saying a day. I'm not saying, bitch, give up everything, throw it all to the wind. Fuck this. Just go be sad. That's the emotion you want to feel. It doesn't matter how long it takes. It does. Allow yourself some grace. Go ahead and feel bad. Do whatever you want. Watch movies that are going to make you cry all day. You know, lounge around, don't change out of your pajamas, whatever that is for you. I've got days like that. It's a mental health day. Everybody deserves them here and there. Do whatever you want, whatever it's going to be for you. Imagine how you would spend a perfect day at home. Okay. Maybe, I don't know, picture that, make it a reality for yourself. Think about your favorite meal. What is your favorite meal? Everybody loves food, right? Few things can boost your mood better than your favorite meal, okay? And as long as it's not, you know, a triple baconator, double, you know, shredded cheese sauce dipped fries, like if as long as it's not going to give you a heart attack, okay? I'm not trying to get you to celebrate with something that's going to make you feel like shit, but an actual beautiful, colorful meal that maybe you prepare for yourself, make the plate look beautiful, and share it with someone that, can make you laugh. That's important. Food affects your mood. Find something that tastes amazing and looks amazing and makes you feel amazing, and just sit there and savor that. Be mindful of every bite you're taking. Just enjoy it. Pause, enjoy. Read something that inspires you. I've got Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich playing on my playlist lately. So instead of some drama obsessed background noise lately while I'm doing my makeup, I've been listening to Napoleon Hill, and it makes me feel good. It is something that inspires me. So yeah, life might be tough. Everybody's getting their ass kicked. Okay. Odds are people have overcome worse situations. Okay. Read about someone that inspires you to be your best. Read about someone who is out there kicking ass and taking names. And if you got to do an audiobook, that's fine too. Maybe play real life games with someone. Candy Crush in your fucking slot casino games and your Monopoly Go. That shit's going to be there tomorrow. Put your phone down and maybe play some cards or some Monopoly. Pull out your favorite board game. Go play some basketball. Spend time with someone else doing something actively fun. It's simple. I love that people trust me enough to come to me and say, "Look, how do I deal with this overwhelming sadness?" The real question, I can't answer that for you. I can't answer why you would continue to feel sad, but you can ask yourself how you could feel better. You don't have to necessarily pinpoint why you're feeling sad, but ask yourself, what would make me feel so much better today? Like, what would shift your mood? What can you do? You're worthy of feeling that now. And if it's permission that you need to start feeling good, then bitch, here's your permission. You have permission to feel joy and happiness and peace. You have permission to create your own reality today. Take responsibility for your current state of sadness, okay? Because no one's going to carry that for you. You get to choose if you want to feel better. And if you feel like today's not the day and you want to wait, cheers to you, because maybe you just need that mental health day, okay? Everybody gets down. Everybody gets down. We just don't stay there, okay? And I literally shared from my heart things I do when I'm feeling sad. And it's stuff that I'm even going through in this process. I'm kind of in a mourning state. I had this whole year and a half of just a set routine of things I did, and uh, it worked for me, and I was super happy and I was having a great time. There's things to mourn. So there is a level of sadness, but I'm not going to stay there. I allowed myself time to grieve the people that I'm not going to see face to face, grieve the experience and, the accomplishment of physically being able to see start to finish a job well done, right? Um, you don't stay there. These are the things that have helped me process through that. So take it with a grain of salt, bitch. I love you. You have permission to feel joy and peace and happiness. You get to decide how you want to feel today. Okay. You get to choose your perspective. You get to choose what's coming next. You get to decide. And what you are feeding your soul, your mind, your body, all of that shit fucking matters. So take note of that. Take note of that. I know, my mood really gets affected. I don't drink alcohol. I don't do drugs, minus my psilocybin, but that doesn't count, right? It doesn't count. Um, I'm just not into anything that alters my state of mind. Okay. I don't like any of that shit. But I do have a vice, and it's sugar. And it doesn't matter what I'm doing in my life, it is still a solid addiction. And I feel my body because of my mood. Okay. Right away that I'm off the rails. I've had to do a detox. I'm like, okay, I need to put some space between me and sugar. It is a drug to me. It's a drug to me. And I feel it affecting my mood. And I start to get, it's like angry, and then I get depressed. And if I continue on the spiral of just the sugar addiction, it just continues to get worse. So what you are eating and drinking, that shit affects you. Maybe you need to separate yourself from some of your vices, okay? Um, and for fuck's sake, okay? If you are feeling sad and depressed, alcohol is not the answer. Okay. It's a depressant. It's not going to help you feel better. And I know a lot of you have this random excuse that it's temporary. I don't feel anything. It'll just numb everything for a minute. Yeah, bitch. You numb it and then you're going to feel everything 10 times worse the next day. And then you just keep compounding and burying it and all the shit. I did that too. I did that too. So I can sure as fuck tell you that that's the worst thing you could do for yourself right now. So if you need to hear it, sober the fuck up for a minute and come back down to earth and get into reality. Okay. Your perspective matters. I love you guys. Happy hump day. I'm going to go take a nap and then have a kid day. Bye.